Hi guys, a sit down chat is what me and you are having today. Welcome back to my channel. So I thought it was about time to do a little debrief, a Q&A type video, because there is a lot of changes that has happened and is happening in my life. So it is just nice to just sit down and do one of these videos just to fill you guys in. Otherwise, videos to come are gonna be a bit random and like missing part of the story. So here I am answering all of your questions that you asked on the gram. I'm not gonna do an hour-long intro like I usually would, but I'll give you a bit of a lowdown. Essentially, I have quit my job, if you watch my previous videos, to become a full-time social media content creator. And reasons for this, there are many reasons, and I kind of think that your questions kind of fill the topic.
Hello, editing Leila here. I am watching this footage back and I'm thinking, where is the energy? But honestly, dudes, I was on my period and I feel like all of the energy was completely sucked away from my soul. So I do sound very bland throughout this whole video. Excuse me.
Do you think you'll ever go back to radiography? So, as you guys may know, I was a full-time diagnostic radiographer. It took me 3 years to study diagnostic radiography and imaging at Cardiff University, and then I got employed by Guy's in St Thomas's Hospital, and I really did love it there. The staff were amazing and I did enjoy my time as a radiographer. But alongside all of that, I was doing Instagram, I was doing YouTube, and for me, I was doing a full-time job with a full-time job. Although many of these questions are like, why did you quit radiography? It may not seem like a job, content creating or social media alone, but I think nowadays it is seen more of a full-time job, and it definitely is. Will you miss being a radiographer? I think I will miss being a radiographer for certain parts, like actually coming to work and speaking to my colleagues who I actually really made good friends with. A lot of them are a great laugh and amazing to work with. I also really enjoyed the fact that obviously it was very rewarding and you are helping people with their diagnosis and with their treatment and their patient pathway within a hospital setting. But personally, I think I enjoy content creating more and helping others in another way other than in a hospital setting. Are you thinking of becoming a personal trainer? No, I haven't thought about becoming a personal trainer. My boyfriend is a personal trainer, but I mean, if I took the course, I would probably do really well, because the actual diagnostic radiography course requires a lot of biology, a bit of chemistry, a lot of physics, and of course a lot of anatomy knowledge, which I definitely do have, because my job required me to look at bones all day and other pieces of anatomy. Can you still work with other brands, e.g. My Vegan? So although that I am a Gymshark athlete now, I can work with other brands that represent protein and fitness in that sense. I just can't promote other clothing brands, say like Be Able or Do You Even or Bow and Tea and stuff like that. I am just contracted to wear Gymshark clothing. As for My Vegan, I would never really give them up. I love them so much. I've been working with them since 2018, since I was a uni student, and we've created such an amazing relationship, and of course that has led us to create a protein together. What will be your full-time job now? Kind of already answered that. I will be a full-time social media content creator. I really don't know the description of it truly, but honestly I think it is really amazing nowadays that I can call this a job and it be my full-time work. Obviously it is self-employment, and this whole week and weekend I'm really gonna have to get organized, get a weekly planner and things like that. So do let me know if you want to see a video like actually a real truthful day in my life and how I organize my life in terms of my social media and stuff like that. But other things like getting my account sorted and signing up to be self-employed is really important as well. Will you have more time with your boyfriend now that you work with Gymshark? So me and my boyfriend, as many of you guys know also, we live a long distance relationship. So I guess it does mean that I will get to see my boyfriend more than I would have when I was fully employed by an employer, because being self-employed, I can work from anywhere. I don't have to work from here. The thing is that we don't have an accommodation together, which makes it very difficult because he lives with his parents and I live with my parents. The only difference between us is that my parents' house, which is just through that door there, is separate from my room and bathroom, which is in this little corner by here. It's basically an annex, so it's detached from the house. So when he does come over, obviously we have a lot more privacy than in his house, where his bedroom is right next to his mum and dad's room. What does it mean to be a Gymshark athlete and how do you get paid? I got a lot of questions on this, and to give you a bit of a lowdown, essentially every Gymshark athlete has their own story and inspo to share. I guess my story is really coming out the rut of constantly wanting to be this fit spo, and nowadays really showing that body image is not the meaning to fitness and that everybody fits into fitness. And I truly believe that, because when I was at my lowest weight and my leanest, I was the most insecure, yet I thought I was influencing in the right way. Now that I've gained weight and shown people that you don't have to be a lean bean to fit into fitness, I am the most happiest. So that's my kind of contribution to my Gymshark story. In terms of how we get paid an amount per month, and I think it differs between the athletes. So what I earn will be different to somebody else, but we also get paid on commission. So when you click through my link, and if you fancy yourself any of the bits, that link actually gets me commission. So it's really, really useful if you guys want to help your girl out. It'd be very nice of you. But yeah, we do get paid per month as well, and of course we get their clothing. We get 25 pieces per month. What was your dream job as a kid? How are you feeling about your new adventure career-wise? My dream job when I was a little tot was to actually become an air hostess. Little did I know that I don't meet the height requirement when I was looking into it. You have to be 5'2" and above. And I'm only 5 foot small, guys. I'm only 5 foot small. So yeah, that went to fail. And then I think this was a question asked as well, like how did you get into radiography? I then did like an experience day with my mum, who was a diagnostic radiography assistant, and I really enjoyed the field of work. So during my A-levels, I took chemistry, biology and maths, and then went into the diagnostic radiography course in Cardiff, and then became a diagnostic radiographer straight away. How am I feeling about my new adventure? I am so like scared but very excited. I'm not sure, I really haven't thought about it as much, but I know that Gymshark is just a great opportunity to grow myself as a person and just to get my name out there just a bit more. Was my dream job when I was younger a Gymshark athlete? Probably not, but over recent years, I have never connected with such an amazing brand. I think they align with all of my beliefs and values. They are like the one brand that incorporates all kinds of togetherness and diversity, and I truly do love that. There are not many brands that really incorporate that, and doing social media alongside my full-time work as a radiographer, I noticed at these like brand events and stuff there wasn't a lot of diversity. However, whenever I've gone to a Gymshark event, you can see that it's so diverse and there's just so much love in the room and a connection and a sense of community, and I really do love that. So I couldn't have dreamed to have worked with a better brand. What are you most excited for now that you have taken this big step in life? I think I'm most excited for potential opportunities. This is all very like wishy-washy. Like I'm not sure at this point in my life what I'm actually doing. And that is really, really scary to say, and I'm being very vulnerable right now because I before filming this Q&A, I was thinking to myself, what am I actually going to say? Because half of the things I don't know, and I've never been in this position where I don't know, because if you guys know me, I love structure, I love routine, I love habits, and I love just stepping stones. So like sixth form, university, a job, you know, career, house, blah, blah, blah. I love that kind of like stepping stone action, and I've never lived in like fear or not knowing. So I guess I am just doing this, and it's a big step for me and a big change and a risk that I'm trying to take and see where it will lead me. And hopefully you guys can come along the way and stick around, because I think it's going to be very, very exciting. How are you going to set / make a routine now? What are the new changes you're going to add into your routine? I think I am going to keep it the same how I would usually do it. I've had a lot of questions from my colleagues actually asking me, are you still going to wake up at 5 AM to go to the gym and then get on with your day? I think I actually will stick to it, because it is a really good habit and it makes more time in the day. I find that when I do wake up at 7 or 8 AM, the day is just so short and I don't get a lot of things done, and I can actually think of a lot of things to do during a day, and it also allows me to rest a lot more. So although that I am waking up early, it just means that I have a lot more time in the evening to relax when I've gotten things done. I prefer to get a lot more things done during the morning and the day rather than rushing things in the afternoon and the evening. What does a Gymshark athlete do? Just to outline what a Gymshark athlete actually means and what is on our actual contract. Like I say, everybody's contract would be different, but personally on my one, I've got to post a certain amount of deliverables per month, which for me would be like 4 posts and then some stories and some videos, all including Gymshark, which of course I get paid for. I'm also contracted to attend their events and then potentially travel with them if they have any events around the world. And then other little benefits and perks that come with being a Gymshark athlete, which obviously includes bonding with you guys a lot more. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I see myself in 5 years, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. Like I think a lot of people would have expected me to know that, but I really don't know. I didn't even know when I was a radiographer where I'd be in 5 years. You have this thing, it's called a PDR, and it's a annual check on how you're doing and how you want to progress. And my superintendent had asked me, Leila, where do you see yourself in a couple of years? The result of it was like, I don't know, essentially. And I think that's completely okay. I don't think you have to know what you're doing in every point of your life. And a part of me is just like, why are you saying this right now? Because I've always believed in knowing what you're doing tomorrow, the next day, in a couple of years time. That's always been in my brain and installed in my brain, this idea of perfectionism and productiveness and always doing it and always being on it. But I have been doing a lot of reflection lately, and I've been thinking that you don't have to know it all. You don't need to know where you're going with your life. Life is really precious and it goes really fast, okay? I just need to relax, take my time. I have so many opportunities. I'm still young. I just need to settle in and soak in what I have now and where I can take it, even if I don't know what that is. If that makes sense. It is all wishy-washy, I know. How did Gymshark contact you? I jumped on a Zoom call with one of the Gymshark sponsorship managers, Sam, who is incredible and so lovely. And essentially, guys, I'm just going to be open with you. It was like a full-on interview, and I remember getting asked one of the questions, what can you offer to Gymshark? And I was like, ah! At that point, I thought something fishy was going on. I was like, why is he asking me this question? And the way I answered it, if I can remember, I was saying things like I'd be the second vegan athlete because there isn't many vegan athletes out there. I also mentioned my height. There are not many short athletes, and I think, you know, we need to represent the shorties, you know? Comment down below if you're 5 foot small or ish. And I said a bunch of other things. It's completely gone off my brain now. It was like early January time. And at the end of the conversation, Sam was just like, we'd like to invite you to the Gymshark HQ. So several weeks later, I drove all the way up to Birmingham and I arrived at the Gymshark HQ freaking out. I got to the reception and I was like, "Hi, I think I'm here for Sam." And they were like, "Yeah, okay, take a seat." So Sam rocked in with George several minutes later and they took me around the HQ, all around it, as well as the Gymshark lifting club, which was insane and so surreal to even just experience. And to think that I'm going to be there a lot more often in the future months and weeks is crazy to me, because it is just a big brand and it means so much to me ever since I started my fitness journey. And I know that sounds silly to think that a gymwear brand means a lot to someone, but gymwear really is a part of staying active. It makes you feel confident, it makes you feel like you're a power woman, and it just represents so much. So I really truly love Gymshark and what they do for everyone. What are you going to do on a day-to-day basis? So like I mentioned, I am the type of person to get productive and be productive and do things during the day. So I won't just be waking up not knowing what I'm doing every single day, lying in until 10 AM. That is definitely not me. I will have some routine, I will have some structure, and I will schedule in things that I need to do in a day. Like I've already set, today's a Sunday, and I've already set what I'm doing tomorrow. Essentially, as a social media content creator, most people have a manager, and I have a manager and a management with W models, so they kind of give me jobs to do and work with different brands alongside Gymshark, as long as it's just not a clothing brand which is in competition with Gymshark. What if you decide to change your mind and want to go back to radiography? Can you? So of course I have the diagnostic radiography degree, so it's not like I can't go back to it if I want to, and I've never said I don't want to ever go back to it. There is something called the HCPC, and essentially it's a registration to make sure that you are a registered allied health practitioner, and it's just a safety magnet for the public to make sure that the people that are in the healthcare system are trained and they are professionals. And you have to renew it every single year. You have to pay to be in the HCPC, as well as like nurses and stuff. I'm not sure what their one is called, but for radiographers and other AHPs, it's called the HCPC. What made you take the step to change your career? Such a scary step. The breaking point for me was the realization that what I'm doing is a lot of work. I was posting 3 to 2 times on YouTube whilst doing my diagnostic radiography career, as well as posting every single day on Instagram, answering DMs, answering emails, all by myself, working on brand deals, you know, all these things that don't sound like work, but it is a lot of work and very time consuming. Some of my videos take 10+ hours to film, edit, upload and such. With my full-time work, which I sometimes do 12-hour shifts, it is just an added extra of pressure that I have put on myself personally, but it's because I love it. So it just got to the point where I thought to myself, what do I love more? Then it fell in place that I got the Gymshark contract, and it just ticked the box for me. I was just like, I'm gonna take this full time and I'm just gonna see what I can make out of it. Are you planning on moving out of your parents' place? I think there's a lot of pressure nowadays to quickly move out your parents' house, and I think that's because we are easily influenced by others online. There are so many young people online that have got a flat, who have got a house and things like that, and they're not living with their parents anymore. When in actual fact, I'm 24. That's really young. I still contribute to, you know, my shopping bill and things like that. So it's not like I'm really milking my parents out. But also, they don't want me to move out at this age. They've been telling me all the time, like, there is no pressure, Leila. Don't force yourself to move out just because everybody else is. And I have 2 older brothers and 2 younger sisters. Only one of my siblings have moved out entirely. So it's not like my parents are forcing us to move out anytime soon. How did your traditional parents accept the change? At first, they were like, what? the hell are you doing? Everyone in my family have taken the traditional route of actually going to university, getting a job, and, you know, making themselves out of that. And then I turn up, get myself a job, quit, and want to do social media, and they're just like,
what does that even mean?
So they don't fully understand it, but I kind of explain it to them and they're like, ah, I see. They see that I have a manager, they see that I do a lot of work, they see that I'm constantly busy, always out, so they don't demoralize me in a sense and say like, you're a failure and stuff like that. They are just concerned for me, and I do respect that, but they are just very old-fashioned in their ways. My mum just enjoys the PR parcels and getting the free bits alongside that. What are your biggest fears regarding self-employment? My biggest fear is not having a steady flow of work, which would be very, very scary for me because I love a steady flow of work. But so far, even during having my job as a radiographer, I've always had constant work. I am sponsored by My Vegan, I'm sponsored by My Protein, and now I'm also sponsored by Gymshark, which are all full-time wages per month. As well as on top of that, Google AdSense from YouTube and other brand deals on Instagram. I'm not trying to like rub it in anybody's faces, I'm just trying to be real, because when I try to look for videos on like what it takes to be a Gymshark athlete, what does it even mean, like what does it mean to become a social media creator, a lot of the stuff that they say is not very clear, and they kind of just say, I don't know, it doesn't give you a lot of detail, when I'm actually really telling you guys how it is, and I'm going to be sharing in videos to come as well. Future plans with your boyfriend: will you buy a house nearer to your hometown or his? We looked into a mortgage. I spoke to the mortgage brokers and stuff like that, but the information that they gave essentially and truthfully is that it is definitely the wrong time to think of getting a mortgage because of my change in job roles. When getting a mortgage, you need to have proof of steady income, which currently I don't have because I'm changing from being employed by an employer to being self-employed. So maybe 6 months down the line is when we can re-look into that. But for now, we do have future plans together, just not yet. And like I said, there's no pressure or no rush. We're both sensible people. We've spoken about it many times before, and we don't feel like there is a pressure to move out right now. And I feel like I've said that in every Q&A that I've done in the past about my boyfriend when you guys have asked it. But honestly, like, why is there a rush? Why is there a rush? I love him, he loves me, and that's what counts the most. Has Biscoff sponsored you yet with all the amazing recipes you make? Can we start a poll for Biscoff to sponsor me? Can we do that, guys? Can somebody do that? And if you do, send me the link, please. Do you have any future plans with like a product you will make that you could share? So I had a management meeting with my manager a few weeks ago, and we were kind of given a debrief on what my goals are and what I want to do with my full-time work as a social media content creator. We did speak about product creation, but we understand that that takes a lot and will require a lot of time and thought and practice with it. So it is in the works, and I have a few ideas on what I would potentially bring out, and it is definitely unique to what others have brought out in the past. Like, it wouldn't be an app, it wouldn't be a clothing range, it would be something to do with food, but not a protein bar or protein powder. That's all I'm going to say for now. Positives and negatives on being an influencer. I think a major positive is knowing that you are helping someone out there. On my channel, I have been vulnerable and I've been honest, and I will remain to be honest. I think that really has helped others. So although I've been in a career of healthcare and helped others respectively with that, this is also helping others, just in another way and in another incentive, and I really do think that's a good positive influence to others too. In terms of negatives, I haven't really experienced negatives of being a full-time influencer yet, but I can see that doing social media full-time could be a bit of hard work, in a sense that it will be hard to switch off, because I'll be on my phone during my leisure and I'll be on my phone during my work as well as my laptop and my computer. So when is that time I could actually switch off? That might be a negative that I may experience, but I will try to have some downtime for myself, have less screen time and schedule in those breaks, just so it's seems like I'm not constantly with my eyes to the screen. What's your typical work week gonna be like now? In terms of my fitness routine, I'm gonna keep it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday rest, Friday, Saturday and Sunday rest like I usually would, because I really enjoyed that structure, and that's what I've been doing ever since I started university and my fitness journey. And in terms of my working week, of course, like I mentioned, I'll have a weekly planner to schedule in work pieces, schedule dates and post on when they need to be uploaded, and my YouTube uploads as well. Let me know also if you liked me to stick to the Monday and Saturday upload, or if you'd like a different upload schedule. Even if you'd like to see more videos, let me know, because I would definitely be able to be up for that as well. Are we gonna have more videos coming now that you're all in it? Look guys, I'm down for doing more videos if you want to see more videos, but I don't think people have time to watch the videos. And obviously if I'm putting a lot of work into it, I don't want it to be the fact that I'm producing all of these videos and it's just too much for people to watch. I'd rather just do like 2 uploads a week, and that will be enough of Leila during the week. But you let me know, I have no idea what you're thinking. I'd love your feedback. Be open and honest in the comments, that is what I'm all about. Even if you're ruthless, because I found that in the past the ruthless comments really actually helped me out. Feelings about all the free time that's going to be available now since you managed to get more done even with a full-time job. That is what throws me off most. Like tomorrow, Monday morning, I would usually wake up at 5 AM in a bit of a rush, but have a routine in place so it's not so rushy to go to work, with the idea of going to work during the day. But I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and not feel rushed. That really does blow my mind. It just blows my mind. But I think that is what I want out of my life. I don't want to constantly feel like I'm working, and especially working for someone. I just got to do what's right for me, and I haven't felt that this is so right for me in such a long time. Do you get more money from being an influencer than as a radiographer? I'm going to be openly honest here. Yes, I do. And it quite frankly makes me sad, because I see how hard my colleagues work, and I was a hard worker as well. And to put in all of that work, all of that stress, and constantly being tired and overworked for the little amount of pay that we get or got, it's just very sad to think about. But yes, I do earn more money being an influencer than a radiographer. Unfortunately, that is just how our government or world works. I don't even know how to explain it, but it is truthfully unfair. And just to put it out there, I'm definitely not a full-time influencer just because of the money side of it, because the work that you put in truly represents how much you earn too. If you're not putting a lot of work and effort into it, then you're not gonna earn a lot. So it's just like anything really, and because it's self-employment, you really just have to put in that work yourself to get the best outcome for yourself too. I'm gonna answer this last question, and it is, what are your plans in terms of content now? And I'm gonna leave it in you guys' hands. Obviously I'm gonna have my own free scope of practice as well, and what I want to do, but I think I really want to leave it to you guys to tell me, what would you like to see from my content? How would it help you? Is there something that I should implement per week to share with you guys that I can incorporate into my weekly routine? For example, would we want to see a lot more weekly vlogs? Would we like to see a lot more food challenges, more sit down videos like these, makeup routines, morning routines? Anything you can think of that you would think that I'd be great at would be very helpful, because then I could really plan my content around that as well, because I want to create content that you guys want to watch, as well as content that I really enjoy creating as well. It's the best of both worlds. We have to connect together, you know, me, you and the whole shebang. We're in this together, gals and boys, if you're watching it. Thank you so much for watching this Q&A video, guys. I really hope it highlighted to you or answered some of your questions about my current life, my current situation, and what is going to be changing / going on going forth as a full-time content creator. I was going to say creature then. I technically am a creature. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Give this video a big thumbs up if you did like it. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more from me, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye!